Hello there, Sibley students. So this week we are going to be talking about Robert Smithson. And Robert Smithson was born in New Jersey on January 2nd, 1938. And then he died at the age of 35 in 1973. And his death was caused by him looking at a being up in the sky in a plane looking at this artwork. And he was working on this, and this was his last artwork because when he was up in the plane crashed as he was surveying and looking at what his sculpture was looking like from the air. So, and then this artwork, it was in 1973 in Texas. So, pretty sad outcome. Age of 35, he was too young. He went to school and studied painting and drawing in New York City. That's pretty close to New Jersey, where he was from. And he studied at the Art Students League of New York from 1955 to 1956, from the age of 17 to 18. So he wasn't there for long. He started as a painter, and these are some examples of his paintings. He also drew a lot as well. So this is one of his drawings right here. He then moved on to collage work, and so collages are made of lots of different types of materials, and they're used to be pieced together to make different sculptures or different 2D artwork. You can do it with magazines and put different things that you like from pictures of magazines on one piece of paper, and that's a collage as well. So he started as a painter, then moved on to drawings, and then collage before he settled on sculpture. This is one of his sculptures. It's made with paint and metal, and so it gets raised off the wall, but it looks very much as clean as the wall behind it. But a lot of artists do this. They find a medium or material that they like the best, and then they stick with that. They try a whole bunch of different things. So as an art teacher, I had to take classes in a lot of different mediums, and then I had to choose a concentration of one subject, and mine that I chose was ceramics or clay. Specifically on the wheel, I would make bowls and cups and things like you saw in the classroom. So he moved on to sculpture, and he played around with mirrors a lot, and giving it a look that things are bigger than they seem. So this is one of his sculptures that includes sand as well. He used rocks and mirrors to make a sculpture as well. He used a lot of different natural materials for his sculptures. And then he moved into a much bigger style of sculpture called land art. And he actually used the land and the things around it to make the huge pieces of art. So this is his most famous work, the Spiral Jetty in Utah. And he made it 3 years before he passed away. And over here, you can see there's some concept work. So even though he works with sculptures and makes things out of different materials, he still draws them and does a sketch just like we do in the art room. In our sketchbooks, we draw a little bit of what we're planning on doing, so that you have an idea of what you're doing when you go out and do it, especially for as big a project as this is. And then this is one of his other artworks, his other land art sculptures. And so it's a broken circle, and then there's another sculpture of his right here. And so you can see in his concept art, in his thumbnail sketch, he made the spiral hill and the broken circle and kind of thought about how things should be before he went out there and started moving earth to make his project or his sculpture. That's all for him that I know of right now. I am going to you're going to be doing a found object project next. So make sure you go to the assignment or the next activity and